say sound carries different up here in the mountains. Voices travel through the hollers, bounce off the ridges, and sometimes they come back changed. Folks around here know when you hear your name whispered after dark, you don't answer. They say it started in Buckner's Holler, a place tucked so deep into the Blue Ridge that sunlight barely makes it past noon. Nobody lives there now, not since the whisper came. The story goes that a man named Clyde Jenkins made his living the hard way, digging roots, trapping, hauling scrap. He wasn't a believer in ghost tales or mountain curses. He believed in work. Buckner's Holler had plenty of untouched ground. It was late October, cold enough that your breath hung like smoke. Clyde packed light, an old lantern, his digging knife, and a thermos of coffee. He started before sunrise, following an old trail that locals said was best left grown over. By midday, he'd filled half a sack. The woods were quiet, too quiet. The birds had gone still, and even the creek below sounded muffled, like someone had covered it in a blanket of fog. That's when Clyde heard it, soft at first, almost like the wind moving through the reeds. But it wasn't the wind. It was his name. Clyde. He froze, looked around. The trees didn't move. The sound came again, closer this time. Clyde. He laughed at himself. Just the wind, he muttered. But his voice didn't sound too steady. Clyde wasn't the kind to scare easy. He tied a strip of red cloth to a branch to mark his path, an old woodman's trick, and pushed deeper in. But an hour later, when he turned back, the cloth was gone. He tied another, then another. Each time he checked, they'd vanished, like the woods were swallowing his trail. Then he saw it, an old wagon road, barely visible through the brush, the kind that hadn't seen wheels in 50 years. Something about it felt wrong. The dirt was untouched, but the air above it shimmered like heat rising off asphalt. He stepped onto the road, and the whisper stopped. The silence was worse. Evening came fast in the holler. The sun dipped, shadows stretched long, the air turned heavy. Clyde lit his lantern. That's when he saw it. Down the road, maybe 30 yards ahead, a figure. Still as stone, no lantern, no light, just standing, watching with those red eyes. He lifted his lantern high, called out, "You lost?" No answer. He took a step forward. The figure took a step back. He took 2 steps forward. It stepped back 2 steps. But it never turned, never showed its face. Clyde shouted now, trying to sound tough. "If you're playing games, you picked the wrong feller." And then the whisper came again, but not from the figure. It came from behind him. Clyde. He spun. The trees were empty. When he looked back, the figure was gone. Clyde ran. He didn't care where. He could feel something following him. Light steps, never too close, never too far. The woods began to hum, like every tree was breathing. He reached a clearing by the creek, dropped to his knees, tried to collect himself. The whisper came again. "Clyde, why'd you answer?" His lantern flicked. He shouted, "Who's there?" And the voice replied, but it sounded like his own. "Who's there? Who's there?" Every word he spoke came back twisted, seconds later, from the woods around him. He threw the lantern down. The glass cracked. Flames sputtered out. Darkness rolled in, and the whisper kept coming, soft, close, and endless. When Clyde didn't come home, folks figured he got lost or slipped into the creek. The search party went out 3 days later. They found his pack hanging in a tree, his thermos floating in the shallows, and deep in the holler, sitting in the middle of that old wagon road, his lantern. Still burning, handle cold to the touch. Nobody could explain it. After that, no one went back to Buckner's Holler after dark. Sometimes, hikers still hear things, a soft hum, a voice calling a name that isn't theirs. And if they answer, even with a single word, the whisper learns it, keeps it. Old-timers say that's how the holler grows louder every year, every lost voice echoing back forever. So, if you ever find yourself in these mountains and you hear someone calling your name, don't answer. Keep walking, because once it knows your voice, it never stops calling. If you enjoy these kind of stories, be sure to follow me and let me know. I write them all originally, and I narrate them for you. No AI stuff here. It's me. Thank you very much. Hope you come back again.